welcome to this video. I'm here to channel Aniri, and I don't know what they want to speak about today. I just have a feeling that they want to come through. They often do that. And I keep practicing channeling with my eyes open. I will do that today too, and we'll see how that goes. So let's invite them and see what it's about today. We are here. We are here, and we are Aniri. We are this group consciousness coming through this being. We are delighted to be invited. Yes, she can sense when we want to talk, and sometimes it comes more from her, sometimes more from us. And this today, it was a mutual idea to do this channeling, and we have a message. We have something we want to bring forth to you, and we are happy that this being is letting us use her voice. She is our microphone, so to speak, and our loudspeaker, so that you can hear us. We can talk through her and you can hear us. She makes it possible for us to communicate. You have an idea that you have to have a physical body to communicate, and the only beings you can communicate with are other physical bodies. That's an idea on Earth. Not every one of you share that idea, but many of you do. That you can only communicate physical being to physical being, which is nonsense. It doesn't work like that at all. You use your physical body to speak, which is one way of communicating. It's only one way, you know. So we are non-physical beings, and we communicate all the time. And right now we use this physical body whose owner has said, yes, you can use my body. So we speak through her, but communication goes... the major part of all communication is you have a word for this. There is a word for this in Swedish. Our being doesn't know the English word, but the major part of all communication is in thought. It's a mind thing. It's a thought thing, exchanging of thought. That's what it's about. And you who listen to this video, we have said this before, you don't need this being to listen to us, to communicate with us. You can turn to us in your mind. You can go into meditation, you can silence your mind, you can withdraw from the world, and you can open up your heart to us. You can ask Aniri to speak to you, and we will. We are always there. We are many on this side who are always there for you. And we keep talking about this because, yes, we have said it before, because it is hard for you to grasp this. It is hard for you to believe it. You think that we are not telling the truth, but we are. We only tell the truth. We tell nothing but the truth. So it is. And today's message is about communication. The communication that is taking place on your earth is going, a very big part of it is going through the mainstream media. It goes out through your TV, through your radio, through your computers, your different kinds of channels where you can go and find information. And the more mainstream media channels, they communicate one kind of message. We can group everything they speak about into one category, which is fear. Fear is the category of a big part of the information coming through the mainstream media now. And there is a purpose for this, you know. What happens when you feed a mind with fear? That mind will contract and will be skeptical, and will be tense, and will be closed, and will be on guard, so to speak. fear is a food that that make you human beings contract and become small and become very and now there is this situation where we want to say something and our being cannot find the word in the situation, the word in English. Suspicious is the word. You become suspicious when you have been fed with fear. So the fear message, the fear bombardment of the human species right now, the purpose for that is to make you small, to make you withdraw, to make you less social, less open, less free, less happy, less creative. These messages are intended to separate you even more from each other. You are a very separated species, you know. You have separated yourselves into nations and cities and groups and skin colors and so on. You find all kinds of reasons to separate yourself from each other, which is a stupid thing actually. We don't judge you. We say this with a smile, but it is stupid since you are all the same. We are all one. You are all the same and you are so similar. Every human being on earth is similar. You are spiritual beings in physical bodies. That's what you are. Whether you live on Manhattan or in Linköping, Sweden, or in the Fiji Islands, there is no difference. You speak different languages, you eat different foods, and so on. But that's minor differences. The communication being cabled out wants to make you fearful, wants to make you small. That is the intention. There are powers on your earth having this intention to control and to take power over you even more. Our dear being is using her mobile phone to record this, and that is an excellent way of using the mobile phone. But beware of these tools that you use and that are very, very good and very useful. They are also tools of control. You are being controlled. You are being you are being, and now there is this word again that our being cannot find, but that's not a problem. We will find a way around that. We will find another way of speaking about this. Your cell phones are tools of control. Everything you do is being logged. Everything you do is being imprinted in databases. So it is. And we smile when we talk about this. Because this is not, we don't want to frighten you, but we want to speak the truth. We want to tell you how things are. We want to speak about the situation in the world, because if you want to be the free spirit that you are and that you were created as, a free spirit, if you want to use that, to use your freedom, if you want to use your place on earth, if you want to take up more place on earth than you do right now, or at least not less place, if you want to do that, you have to be aware of what's going on. The more you eat of what the mainstream media serve you on the plate, the more fearful you will get, the more controlled you will get, the more contracted you will get. You will shrink, actually. Not physically, maybe. Probably you will your body will expand from this, because you will with this comes also a control of what you eat and how much you move your body and how much time you spend outside and so on, which will affect your body size. But your person, your mind will shrink by this, and that is orchestrated to be like that. And you have a choice if you want to listen to this orchestra or if you want to listen to other music. The mainstream media, you have all been taught to watch it, to listen to it, to read the newspapers. Your father and your mother probably did that when you were a child, and everyone did that. You have to be updated to what's going on. You feel it's your responsibility when actually you're being fed with a very, very narrow and one-sided kind of information. It's very, very monotone. It's the same kind of message again and again and again and again. Slightly different. There are conflicts, accidents, sicknesses, natural disasters, etc., being cabled out again and again and again and again. And we're not saying that those things do not take place on Earth, because they do. But the proportion of human life on Earth are very skewed in the mainstream media. There is no... it does not correspond to what's going on Earth. Most people love each other. Most people love their children. Most people care for their neighbors. Most people go to work and do and act like social beings, kind, friendly, helpful. Still, it is like that on Earth. But the impression you get when you follow mainstream media is the opposite. This dear being, her mother, for instance, she often speaks about what she has seen or heard on mainstream media, and she's becoming more and more fearful, her mother. She didn't used to be fearful. She was a very outgoing person. She still is in a way, but she's... Our dear being can notice the contraction of her mother. Getting older, spending more and more time in front of the television, being fed every hour, news every hour, being fed with this. It does not benefit her mother, but it's her choice. It is your choice. You have been given free will, so you choose to turn the television on or off. You choose what kind of content you eat in social media. You choose that. Although those technical tools, those mobile phones and your computers, they are designed so that you become addicted. You become addicted to moving pictures. You become addicted to videos, for instance, to moving images. That is very, very attractive for your brain. It's like sugar for your brain, or coffee. And the developers of the mobile phones, they know this, of course. Of course they do. They want to hook you up. Communication is mostly a thought thing. Communication is from mind to mind, exchanging thoughts. You emit frequency through the thoughts you think. When you think fearful thoughts, you have a low frequency. When you think hopeful thoughts and inspired thoughts, you emit higher frequencies. And with that, that you will send out to the world. Your inspired thinking is contagious for your neighbors. And not just your neighbors where you live or your family, but the neighbors in your city and your region. Your happy thinking, your creative thinking, your hopeful thinking has a high frequency, and it goes out from your mind to other minds. There are no physical limits between you. Your physical bodies are actually, it's an illusion that you have a limit, not a limit, a boundary between you. because you don't. You can exchange thoughts just like that. From one mind to one mind, your thinking is contagious. And the power of that and the amount of that kind of communication from mind to mind is way, way, way bigger than the communication in the mainstream media. And then you can imagine how big it is. So the more you focus on your mind, your thinking, your inner state, your inner climate of your thinking mind, the more you focus on that, the more you work to raise your frequency, to have happier thoughts, brighter thoughts, more peaceful thinking. The more you will contribute to the spreading of higher frequencies. And higher frequencies are stronger than lower frequencies, you know. So if you have 1,000 people having a very, very low frequency thinking, and then you have one person with a very high frequency thinking, he or she will, so to speak, win. Though it's not a competition or a battle, of course. But the power of the positive, the high frequencies are so way, way, way stronger than the low frequencies. So we want to encourage you to start noticing your mind. Start working on your thinking. And we will make many, many videos on this, together with this being. And the relationship between thoughts and emotions, for instance, and what you can do to help yourself. So we thank you for this time of communication. This is not mainstream media. This is quite an odd media on your planet. But it's a growing media. It's a growing way of communicating, and we are so happy for that. We thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this, I don't know, 15 minutes or so with me and Aniri. Thank you.